Law and Mediaite.
Law and Mediaite.
There is a legal or law point of view in what's happening in the news.
5 devices in the building that
sends its people.
Okay, so you know one of my favorite segments because I think it is an incredibly novel and very, very poignant in today's world where I do a lot of media and all of a sudden in the last 2 years, all these narratives are created about what are pretty much straight out legal opinions, kind of surprising us who have been prosecutors for a long time discussing how investigations and charges go. And we got Colby Hall with us from Mediaite. He is the founding editor there. Had him on a couple of times. He's absolutely amazing. But Colby, I mean, what amazes me most about this is in plain sight. As prosecutors, we're usually getting information surreptitiously behind the scenes with confidential informants. But with the tweets and with the surrogates that go out and say one thing one day and another thing another day, I have been saying since day one, Trump Tower meeting, big problem in plain sight. And the other one is with respect to these Stormy Daniel payments and the circuitous manner with which they went around. And like James Comey said, Lordy, we have a tape, Colby, where they're talking about giving cash, cash, which would tweak any prosecutor right there to pay off Stormy Daniels and McDougal. And one of his great surrogates that's out there, a former U.S. attorney, is Rudy Giuliani. And as far as I'm concerned, I can't make out one statement from the other, Colby. I think you can.
Well, it's funny you should say, you know, the reason we do this is that so much is now being sort of decided by the court of public opinion. And what that means is that you have surrogates, legal representation on various media outlets who are arguing their case and trying to sway what people believe. Take, for example, a great example that you set up wonderfully there, this Michael Cohen sentence hearing in which there is an unnamed co-conspirator that many people believe to be President Donald Trump, that he was sort of defrauded the American electorate and made a campaign finance crime by sort of paying off Stormy Daniels but was completely unaware that it had anything to do with the election. In fact, President Trump said that, or I'm sorry, Rudy Giuliani said that to George Stephanopoulos on Sunday. But we found a clip that sort of belies that from May, in which he said a very different story in Fox. These two clips are together. Let's watch right now.
You have the statement of fact saying the president Donald Trump met with David Pecker.
And I can produce an enormous number of witnesses that say the president was very concerned about how this was going to affect his children, his marriage, not just this one, but similar. All those women came forward at that point in time. That tape with Billy Bush and all of that. It's all part of the same thing. And I know what he was concerned about, and I can produce 20 witnesses to tell you what he was concerned about.
2 weeks before the campaign.
You're damn right. And he was concerned about all of it.
You're saying that Stephanie Clifford made these allegations, told Donald Trump's lawyer, look, I'm
denied them,
public.
And denied them, and then said it wasn't true. However, imagine if that came out on October 15th, 2016, in the middle of the last debate with Hillary Clinton.
So to make it go away, they made this.
Cohen didn't even ask. Cohen made it go away. He did his job.
Colby, I mean, imagine if that came out in October before the election, after the Access Hollywood tape. People pay a lot of money in campaigns to pay professionals to do media damage, and that is exactly the reason why it is a campaign finance violation. What else did you find?
Well, that's it. I mean, by many terms, that looks to be something of a smoking gun. That is ostensibly the personal attorney for the President of the United States saying that his other attorney, Michael Cohen, paid off hush money so that it would go away 2 weeks before the election. Now, it could also be true that it was personally embarrassing to him, and he also wanted it to go away for that. But this is why, across the political spectrum, you see smart legal analysis saying this is not good at all for President Trump, and that some even suggest that there may be a sealed indictment. So I don't believe that this story is going away, and I would also argue that Rudy Giuliani maybe doing more harm than good in representing the president right now.
Colby, I have been talking about two things that I think are being missed by legal analysts, and this is maybe because I've been on both sides of the fence for a long time. Sealed indictments in order to protect the Mueller investigation and other things, and state crimes that are beyond the pardon power, and there's no DOJ memo. Whether or not that it goes all the way up to the president, I don't know. But I know that Mueller was not going to not have sealed, or that in fact he had sealed indictments to ensure the preservation of this investigation should anybody play funny business with it, because obviously they would have to be concerned based upon all of these gyrations that they're going to try to do away with the special counsel. You got anything else for us, Colby?
Well, no, that's it. I mean, all I would say is that I would suspect that we're sort of done with the big news. There may be something big coming at the end of the week, but it will be a fascinating first quarter 2019. So this story is, we're not in the ninth inning. We're probably closer to the fifth or sixth inning. I think there's a lot more for us to talk about in the coming months.
All right, Colby Hall, founding editor, Mediaite. I mean, you always are bringing the fire with these different clips. We really appreciate you being on.
Thank you so much, Bob.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate your support.
You got it, bud. Take care.
Take care.